Blake Lively, Milking the Fuel, video analysis. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. As a regular viewer of my work, you will know that the narcissist pursues the prime aims, and one of the prime aims is fuel. Fuel is very important to the narcissist. It is the lifeblood. And if you want to understand more about what it is and what it does, you can do no better than read my excellent book, Fuel. You can find it in the Knowledge Vault, link in the video description, or it is available on Amazon. Do read it. You'll find it enlightening. Fuel is what powers the narcissist. Fuel is what keeps the construct together. Fuel is what pours oil, in effect, on troubled waters. Fuel fills up the chasm that can never be filled, but at least fills it to a degree, causing the anxiety and sense of impending doom that otherwise would consume the narcissist to recede. Fuel is provided by anybody's response, emotional reaction that is occasioned by the behaviour of the narcissist. The narcissist punches you, you fall to the floor, crying in pain, you've just given the narcissist fuel. You tell the narcissist that he is a grade A wanker, you've just given him fuel. The narcissist is giving you a good sing to, you give it the old, ooh, ah, give it to me, baby, you've just given the narcissist fuel. You bake the narcissist a cake and take it to her, you've given her fuel. You buy the narcissist a present, you've just given the narcissist fuel, and so on and so forth. And now you're going to see Blake Lively, who has been the subject of controversy as of late, acting as if that controversy never actually happened, as she milks the crowd for fuel. There are a few pieces of footage that show you the way that she behaves in a brazen fashion, not embarrassed by the allegations that have been levelled against her, not ashamed of the way the public has largely castigated her for her spat with Justin Baldoni, but evidently people who either don't care or are their supporters or simply are just thrilled to see somebody who is famous. Either way, they don't give her a hard time, which of course means that they're all under control. And what we see is Blake Lively lapping up the fuel, reveling in it. Let's look at the first piece of footage.
Like, what does it mean to be back with Anna?
Oh, it's the best. I'm so happy. Like, okay, this way.
You look beautiful.
You too. I love you so much. Yes, how are you?
Oh my God, it's so good to see you. Mwah! Yeah. I didn't get it. Oh yeah, just a quick one. Oh, sorry. Let me just shit, Brett. Oh, you ready? And I know Katie will let me see you.
Yes,
The footage commences with Lively stopping to have a photograph taken with, presumably, a fan or at least a member of the public. This act provides her with fuel. Its potency is weak because the individual in the crowd is a non-intimate tertiary source right at the bottom of the fuel hierarchy. Nevertheless, the amount in that moment is sizable because it's proximate. The fan is physically proximate to Lively, and therefore her words, her facial expression, her body language, her tone all contribute to a rather large amount, albeit provided briefly, amount of fuel. Lively's asked, what does it mean to be back with Anna? And whilst there was a dodged response from Anna Kendrick when she was asked about working with Blake Lively, in a separate piece of footage, here Lively responds saying, oh, it's great to be back here. She then walks off and is told she needs to walk back the other way, so she struts across. She receives some more fuel as a member of the audience, a member of the crowd rather, tells her, you look beautiful. She instinctively fires back, you too, which is a flattering response, a form of manipulation from the narcissist because that member of the crowd has demonstrated that they are under control and therefore they're painted white, so they receive a compliment from her. The footage cuts to her having more photographs taken, more fuel. She's not walking past all of these people, she's embracing them. She comes in with somebody for a kiss, which provides her with fuel. There's a gentleman waiting, saying, I'd like my picture taken with you. They take a selfie together. She then spots somebody that she evidently knows, potentially a secondary source, goes in for the hug. He talks to her a little, and then he asks for a photograph with her. She seems to be directing him as to which button to press on his phone. And then she's on to the next person for another picture. She's managing the facade here of demonstrating that she is this kind film star that will stop and give you some time, that you are welcome to have a photograph taken with her. But it's all managed. She doesn't give a shit about anybody in the crowd because she's a narcissist. She only cares to the extent that there is a transaction, which is, demonstrate you're under control and provide me with fuel, and I'll look upon you benignly. I will stop for a photograph with you, not because I like you, but because it makes me look good, and I also receive fuel from the action. Remember, she is an unaware narcissist, so she is not thinking to herself, oh, I'm gathering lots of fuel from all of this and I'm managing my facade. She simply thinks to herself, driven by her narcissism, that this is the right thing to do. It is appropriate for me to stop and talk to these people. They are my fans. But she's driven by her narcissism to do so that she can assert control over them by appearing to be kind, that she can manage her facade more widely because it's being filmed and photographed, and of course that she's receiving lots of different instances of fuel from mainly tertiary sources. So it's all good for her. She's milking it, as any narcissist would in her circumstances. No concern about whether somebody might boo her or catcall her for her behaviour towards Justin Baldoni. That's furthest from her mind at this juncture. She is lapping it all up. Now you've seen the previous scene, or part of it, replayed from a different angle. Shows her engaging once again with the crowd and drawing fuel from them. The interaction with the gentleman in the black and white shirt and the gentleman with the baseball cap as he's getting a photograph with her. What you'll also notice is that behind her there are two men, or part of the press pack, that there are, and joined by a third, who are taking photographs of her. Their act of taking photographs of her, that she is the centre of attention, provides her with fuel. There is also two women who are on the other side of the barrier, who either might be part of her entourage that are filming her for her socials, or filming them as they're accredited in some way as journalists, so that they are getting footage of the event for them to use it in whatever way they see fit. But the fact is she has 3 photographers, 2 ladies filming, and 1 or 2 security guards, bodyguards lurking also, is demonstrative of the fact that this all provides her with fuel. She's the centre of attention. So she can enjoy the interaction with members of the crowd whilst being photographed, whilst being filmed. Her facade management keeps all intact. There are no challenges to her need for control here because everybody is pleased to see her. They're cheering her. They're saying her name. They're complimenting her. Accordingly, the facade management can more or less put its feet up. There's no threat to control that it needs to keep an eye on. It's an easier day for it. And as a consequence, this allows Blake Lively to lap up the fuel that's being received. The short final piece of footage shows her moving amongst the crowd, again, in amongst the non-intimate tertiary sources, allowing them to take pictures of her. She's revelling in all of this, even directing one fan as to how to use her phone properly to capture the picture. This allows herself to portray herself as kind and considerate, a direct contrast to what has been written about her and reported vis-à-vis the lawsuit with Baldoni. This is an opportunity for her to be amongst those that are not threatening her need for control and providing her with plenty of fuel. And she's lapping it all up, as I've mentioned, milking it for all it's worth. ensuring that she hugs and kisses across the barrier, walks amongst the fans, that she seen to be helpful and kind. Thus facade is managed, fuel is gathered, and it's all a good day for Blake Lively, the narcissist. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for watching.